Boa noite a todos. Eu espero que estejam todos bem, todos em casa, quarentena, ações. Eu sumi daqui do canal, mas eu estava gripado, resfriado, na verdade. Então eu dei uma afastada pra me cuidar, ficar melhor, e agora que eu vou estar com as séries. Beleza? Vamos lá pro segundo episódio aqui de Vampyr. Vamos ver onde nós paramos. Continuar. Sede eterna. Vamos dar prosseguimento ao modo história protagonista. Né? Exato. Cada, né? Acho que 100% cá. Pra cá mesmo. É do norte.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Falem aí se o áudio tá bom, se por algum acaso tá cortando de problemas passados.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
Chegamos a fazer.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Mentira. Eu falei na live passada. Jogando com controle, achando que é a resposta do ao vivo. Tocas. Qual é essa? Lá.
I cannot enter.
As one, we shall overcome this. We've done it before.
This creature is bedeviled. I I must put it down.
Olha lá, ele para de bater.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Skal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Beleza. Ó.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Explorar. Não tem. Olhadinha no barco. Fragmento de alumínio. É isso. Arma.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that Skal. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Bora, né? Para um hospital. Análise. Fiz o sangue de William. Cadê tudo?
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river, try it.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Qualidade do sangue. A qualidade do sangue indica a quantidade de experiência que receberá de um cidadão em particular. Quanto maior a qualidade do sangue, mais experiência você recebe. Beber o sangue de sua presa primeiro é preciso enfeitiçá-la e atraí-lo para um local afastado de outras pessoas. O nível de enfeitiçar deve ser igual ou superior à resistência do cidadão. Aperte LB para enfeitiçar Play. Seja bem-vindo à live, Felipe Neves. Tudo bem?
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Agora pode enfeitiçar e beber o sangue das pessoas.
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Beleza, então vamos lá procurar nossa sala. Seja bem-vindo, Julia. Esse não é de terror não, viu, Julia?
Dr. Swansea
Esse
is
dá pra ir
right.
cagar depois.
This place seems
Felipe,
perfect to
esse
conduct
não
my
dá
research.
susto não. Fica tranquilo. Eu tô aqui criando coragem pra fazer a live do Resident Evil 3, da demo que foi disponibilizada, que foi liberada pela Capcom. Eu baixei a demo na sexta-feira, eu ainda não dei coragem pra fazer a live. Acho que também o momento nem é muito
It's
oportuno,
locked,
né?
all right.
Pensei mais nisso do que a questão do medo. Nada. Segundo andar, então. Trancado.
I cannot enter.
Please come back later.
Então, Júlia, Resident Evil 3 pra mim é tudo muito novo. Eu não
It's
cheguei a
locked.
jogar na consoles antigos, né?
This must be the place.
Cheguei a jogar, ele
It's
saiu pra
definitely
GameCube,
away
na
from
época eu tinha
prying
GameCube,
eyes.
mas eu não...
Relegated to the shadows.
Não
A
vai ser
kingdom
tudo
of my
muito
own.
novo, assim. Dois
At
ainda
least
cheguei
I
a
won't
jogar
be
um pouquinho,
sleeping
mas
in a
até hoje eu
coffin.
tenho o cartucho. 3 não. Pra fadiga. Sangue do William Shop, a pancada. O artigo eu não vou ler ele. Ainda não. Nem a dela. Opa. Blá blá blá, whisky sachê. Zar. Recupera instantaneamente 300 pontos de vida e depois mais 150 pontos em 15 segundos.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it.
Até a próxima noite.
I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Monitor raid aqui é o quê?
It's locked, all right.
Cada essa. Ainda pra virar algum. Ó, passar.
It's locked, all right.
Cansar então. Sangue. Beleza. Granada. Eu também gosto. Cidadão. É meio investigativo esse game, né? Porque você tem esse lance da investigação, de explorar. Meio que um detetive. Um vampiro detetive, na verdade, né?
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood? Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Legal, ganhamos a chave do Radeon. Por falar em Sherlock Holmes, tinha um game da franquia que tinha em promoção, assim, 10 conto. Deixa eu falar.
It's locked. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find some...
Gosto de jogo que tem que explorar. Isso, Zelda Breath of the Wild. Favorito. Muito focado em exploração. Ele é o Ocarina of Time.
I cannot enter. Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. It's locked. This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Porão. Porão me lembra Resident Evil 2. Gosto de porão. Ah, mentira, que é isso?
Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective.
Tártaro
But
ferroso.
they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Baixo.
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not out of blood.
Sei lá o que era. Uma espécie de... parece um zumbi com um vampiro, né? Mas ali, lado a lado.
It's locked, all right.
Ou nada.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd bet... Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips? Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Recuperar o sangue.
These scowls can be so ferocious.
Tenso,
I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Clórito. Clórito de sódio. Tá aberto.
Sodium hypochlorite.
Aqui.
Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Usa essa. Não é pra gente. Ela vai recuperar o sangue, ó. Leva medicamento para Dorothy Crane, quarto da paciente. Espero não encontrar nenhum inimigo no caminho. Estamos em condição de enfrentar. Eu não olhei. Chegamos. Beleza, vamos voltar lá então. Andamos em... Ufa. Outros. Ah, morri, mentira. Mentira que eu tô ruim assim. Foi derrotado. A morte não é... Dá tempo de ler. Bacana. Demora pra responder o personagem. A queda de frame. Isso aqui, ó. O negócio tem que ser na faca mesmo. Você tenta usar as outras habilidades, mas... Chegando aí a 47 minutos de live.
Scowl voices in the
Vamos
garden.
levar o medicamento lá onde eles estão
I should
pedindo.
investigate. If they were to find
E aí
somebody,
eu finalizo a live.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Evite tossir em público. Alguém me dando dicas para doenças. Apaga uma gripe. Também. Se espalha pelas gotas das coriza. O pôster.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Voltar e levar lá o remédio.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Primeira.
It's locked, all right.
Quarto, né? A última vez nós encontramos ela aqui. Tá. Abre.
It's locked.
Nada. Então leve o medicamento para Dorothy Clean no quarto da paciente. Que paciente?
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Get him up.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about you.
Strickland and...
What do you mean? Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Fale com... Verso ansia. Fala dele.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Então é isso, pessoal. Aqui foi adicionado mais uma missão pra fazer. Vou falar com a benfeitora do hospital, tá? Que é uma missão do hospital. Tem uma outra missão que é pior é a queda. E aí nós vamos fazer essas missões no episódio 3, tá? O episódio 2 vai ficar por aqui, eu agradecer ao Felipe, ao Julian. O Julian já é praticamente sócio do canal. Então eu agradeço todo mundo aí, não esquece de deixar o like, tá? O like ajuda bastante, então eu sei que eu tô conseguindo o caminho certo. Esse primeiro vídeo desse game teve muita visualização, muito acesso. Eu resolvi dar continuidade nele. Vídeo que tivesse bastante acessos, ia dar continuidade. Então, como eu senti que a resposta foi positiva, eu trouxe novamente aqui o jogo para vocês no segundo episódio e vou dar prosseguimento, tá? Eu agradeço mais uma vez, espero que vocês fiquem bem, fiquem em casa, tá? Respeitem a quarentena, para a segurança de vocês e da sua família, tá? E é isso que eu tenho para dar o recado. Obrigadão, boa noite, próxima.